We've been told that the killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset, including you will be very upset. But that's just gotten to me, some information that the killing has stopped, that the executions have stopped. They're not going to have an execution, which a lot of people were talking about for the last couple of days.
A moment there that maybe made the leaders of Iran say, okay, I think maybe everything's okay, but a moment that could have been said purely for deception. We'll see tonight. Rick Grenell is a presidential envoy for special missions and joins us now. And sir, it's good to have you here. Airspace closing, moving troops out, a lot of warnings from embassies to get people out of the country. It feels like something is going down tonight. What are your thoughts?
Well, it certainly feels different. I'm not that old, but for 25 years or more, I have been dealing with the Iranian issue. People older than me have been dealing with this for a very long time. I think they would have collapsed a while ago if they didn't get their billions of dollars from Obama and their billions of dollars from Biden. President Trump in the first term was very aggressive about sanctions. We did a very good job of implementing President Trump's sanctions. And now in the second term of President Trump, we're back to a president who is extremely credible in his threats. This is one person different than Joe Biden, that when you hear President Trump say something, his enemies, our opponents, even our allies know that he means business and that he has not just a threat, but a credible threat, unlike Joe Biden and unlike Barack Obama.
Obviously, it's so infuriating to think about the amount of money that we have sent to that country or freed up from sanctions for that country, and how much we assisted in the horrific things that they have done to the world, to their own people. Trump today implying that there's less pressure for American involvement in that soundbite, implying that he believed the Iranian regime when they say that the killing has stopped. Nobody actually thinks that Trump actually trusts anything that the Iranian regime says. But I guess my question is, CBS has reported the death toll could be 12 to maybe 20,000, that many killed after the president said don't kill protesters. It seems fairly obvious that the red line was crossed, that they tried to do this and hope that Trump is not a man of his word, that he's not going to take action on that. I would have thought they would have learned that lesson back in June of last year.
Yeah, the one thing that we do know is President Trump is a man of his word. And we also know that we can't get correct information from the Iranian regime. No. So I think you've got to give it a little bit of time to understand. We need to test some of these facts that are supposedly coming out. And we just need to make sure that we know what the truth is. The one thing I can tell you about President Trump and his team is that they look for the facts. They don't look for a media spin. They don't rely on reporters gossiping. They actually use intelligence and they use other information to make sure that they're making factual decisions. And so this is, a very tough situation. Right. But the one thing that we can be assured of is that President Trump is watching and protecting America.
You're not a regime change guy. I know this of you. But no matter how it happens, is the world a better place if that regime falls and those people are liberated from it?
I mean, look, I love the America First, let's not do regime change type of policies. Yeah. If there is one country that deserves regime change that you could convince me on pretty fast, it's Iran.
It's Iran. Do you think that regime is still in power in a week, in a month?
Well, I'll say this, that if they survive this, I think they can survive anything. This is the moment. And everybody feels it. I think in my lifetime, I haven't seen anything like this. So many of my friends, I live here in Los Angeles, we call it Tehrangeles. We have so many former Iranians that live here. And they are incredibly focused on 1979, what happened to them and what happened to their families. Yeah. That memory is alive. And I can tell you, as somebody who is on the Iranian sanctions list myself, this is a regime that hates anyone who speaks the truth or anyone who tries to push human rights. They want the control over the people, and they will do anything to try to hang on to that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a dangerous recipe when it runs up against President Trump.
Yeah, they're dangerous, really, really bad, sadistic people that run that country. Really, really rotten. Rick Grenell, the envoy for special missions at the White House. Rick, good to see you. Thanks so much. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.